Hey everybody, it's B Diz the Rockstar, part of SuperObvious. In this video, we're talking about the first part of the story for GTA 6. Let's go.
This is a disaster!
Got the drugs? You don't want me to come with a gun in your face?
Please stop!
Give up the money.
Ryder, not this again.
Want me to fuck you up in the ass? Can a low come up in your crib? Man, fuck you.
Can life at risk.
First off, I've explained a bunch of the story between Jason and Lucia for GTA 6 in another video, so check it out. In this video, I'm going to be explaining some of the backstory of Lucia. So, Lucia is in law enforcement. She is a great cop, but has had the bad luck of being a part of cases that don't end up going well for her. Whether it's her arresting someone and that person being let go because that person knows someone of high importance, or a suspect she arrests being let go because of her not following the law completely, her botching police chases and suspects escaping with it being her fault, destruction of public property, or innocent bystanders suing her, the department, and the city because of her recklessness. The final straw for Lucia is when she is following a suspect because of quote-unquote suspicious activity. When she calls it in, she is told to stand down by dispatch. After her still in pursuit, she is given a direct order by her captain to stand down. She ignored this and continues her pursuit and announces herself as a cop to the suspect. The suspect runs into a building with Lucia chasing him. Once inside the building, she is shot at several times and almost freaking dies. She returns fire, shooting the suspect in the leg. The suspect runs up a flight of stairs and busts into an apartment. Lucia gains her composure from almost being shot and follows the suspect up the stairs. Once she is in the apartment, she sees the suspect bleeding on the floor. There is a bunch of drugs and money on a table, and she can tell that there were a bunch of other people here, but everyone fled out the window and down the fire escape. She puts the suspect in cuffs and he screams at her, "I'm a cop, you stupid fucking bitch. Check my pocket, my badge is right there." She finds the badge and realizes she fucked up. A bunch of cops arrive at the scene, including the captain. The captain screams at Lucia that she just ruined an undercover drug bust that was over 2 years in the making and hundreds of hours of police work. You disobeyed a direct fucking order, and I'm going to make sure this suspect presses charges for attempted murder, interfering with a police investigation, reckless endangerment, and excessive force. Previously, the captain had made sexual passes at Lucia, which she refused, and tried to expose the captain for his unprofessionalism and harassment. The captain was able to make this go away because of his rank and knowing all the right people in the criminal justice system, so Cap is trying to nail Lucia to the wall. She says, "I'm sorry, Cap, I know I fucked up, like really bad. So what are you gonna have me do? You gonna stick me behind a desk or have me directing traffic?" Cap laughs and says, "Did you not hear what the fuck I just told you? You're facing several federal charges, and with your rap sheet, I'm not just taking your badge, you're going to fucking jail, chica." She plays it off like it's not going to be that serious. Her court date goes from a month away to being pushed to 2 days after the incident happened. Lucia is a bit concerned from the abrupt schedule of her court date being changed. But again, she is a good cop and feels all the good stuff she has done will outweigh all the bad stuff that she has gotten in trouble for. In court, her case is pushed to go first. The prosecutor of the state labels Lucia as a threat to society, constantly breaks the law, takes bribes, abuses her power, and is very dangerous. Majority of this stuff isn't true, but she is being painted as a corrupt cop that does bad police work. And as an extra fuck you, she has made several sexual advances to other members of law enforcement, including the captain. And this is to assassinate her character on top of everything else that is being said about her. When it comes to the verdict of the case, she is pretty concerned, but still has hope overall about her situation and that it won't be that bad. The judge explains that Lucia has been a pretty good member of law enforcement and has helped put away some really bad people. However, the list of offenses and sketchy stuff she has been caught doing can't be ignored. So for this, Lucia is found guilty with enough that she is being charged with to where she is no longer a cop. This really bums Lucia out because even though she was a bit of a loose cannon, her heart was really into being a cop and trying to make a difference and make the community safe against crime. The judge is about to say adjourned, and then the captain sends someone to talk to the prosecutor. The prosecutor says that even though Lucia is no longer in law enforcement, she has done some really bad things and needs to be criminally charged. The prosecutor explains a bunch of crimes that Lucia has done, which is 90% bullshit and taken out of context. The prosecutor suggests a minimum of a 10-year sentence, and this is only a fraction of the time Lucia should be serving. The judge asks the prosecutor about bail. The prosecutor says that Lucia has a lot of experience in law enforcement and is a flight risk and would know how to avoid the authorities while being on the run. The judge can tell how the prosecutor and the captain are trying to do Lucia dirty and nail her to the wall. Even though her decision could make her look bad as far as politics, the judge announces her sentence for Lucia and says, "Lucia, I'm not going to send you to prison for a decade, but I'm going to sentence you to 2 years in prison because of some of the things you have done. If you stay out of trouble and your sentence doesn't get extended while on the inside, once released, the details and conditions of your early release will be talked about at that time." Lucia is understandably upset. The judge gets more intense and says, "I'm trying to give you a break here. You still have almost a decade of hard time that you could be doing. Don't make it easy for me to let you sit in prison for 10 years. Lucia looks around the courtroom and sees the captain and prosecutor happy that Lucia will be locked up for at least 2 years. Lucia walks out in cuffs with her head up high, but on the inside is devastated and scared. Lucia is very aware of what happens to the police if they are locked up in prison, especially if she runs into anyone that she put there. She really isn't worried about any potential violence she might have to be a part of if something pops off in jail. She just doesn't want her time locked up to be extended because she was forced to defend herself for her survival while in prison. While locked up, there is an inmate that knows that Lucia is or was a cop. Lucia gets paranoid of being exposed, but this person doesn't plan on telling anyone the truth because that would have a death hit on Lucia. Instead, she wants to work together with Lucia to have each other's back while inside. This person is actually an informant who got done dirty by someone high up in law enforcement, and that's why she's locked up. Her and Lucia actually get out around the same time, so them having each other's back while inside is a smart move. Some time passes, and it's time for Lucia to talk to members of the prison board if she is fit to be released on time as scheduled. She makes the right impression and is going to be released. However, there are going to be circumstances of things that she has to do, and that includes her wearing an ankle monitor so authorities know where she is at all times. Also, there is a very important job that they want Lucia to do for them that includes taking out some really big players in the criminal world. If successful, she can get her job back as a cop. If she fucks it up, she could spend the remaining of her sentence back in prison and the judge is going to throw away the key. But yeah, that's the video. Let me know in the comments what you think about the first part of the story for GTA 6. Is there anything that you would like to add or change on what I explained so far? Be on the lookout for part 2, which is on the way. Like and share the video, subscribe, tell other GTA fans to support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Totally for sure.